Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our comprehensive lecture on ITM220 Procurement and Contract Management. In today's session, we will explore the critical aspects of procurement and contract management, including principles, processes, and real-world applications. These concepts are vital across industries, such as IT, construction, and project management. Procurement is not just about acquiring goods and services, it's about making informed decisions, maintaining fairness, and ensuring the best value. The evaluation of submitted bids plays a central role in this process. It involves a team that assesses and scores proposals, aiming for fairness and objectivity. Let's begin by examining the principles that underpin successful contracting. Now, let's delve into the foundational principles that guide contracting across industries. Competitive bidding. One of the core principles is competitive bidding. It involves awarding contracts based on the solicitation and review of proposals from multiple contractors. This practice enhances industry efficiency and encourages healthy competition. Single responsibility. In some cases, organizations opt for a single responsibility approach. This means awarding a single contract to a single contractor for all work on all facilities included in a project. This simplifies accountability and coordination. Fairness and ethics. Building trust among contracting parties is crucial. Without trust, partnerships can falter, contractual relationships can become strained, and the overall success of the venture can be jeopardized. Maintaining fairness and ethical conduct is essential. Managements need to be informed, although it may seem like common sense. Ensuring that management stays informed throughout the procurement and contract management process is equally vital. Informed decisions align with organizational goals and financial considerations. Government contracting is a complex field, and understanding the key policies and regulations that govern it is crucial. The Treasury Board Manual serves as the guiding document for government contracting. The department responsible for implementing this policy is Public Works and Government Services Canada, PWGSC. The Treasury Board policy on contracting emphasizes several critical points. Enhancing access, competition, and fairness. Government contracts aim to enhance access, competition, and fairness while delivering the best value or, if appropriate, the optimal balance of benefits to the Crown and the Canadian people. Socioeconomic considerations. In some cases, contracts should consider long-term industrial and regional development and other national objectives. This can sometimes be in conflict with free trade agreements and applies to industries like defense, manufacturing, and agriculture. For those interested in exploring this policy in detail, you can refer to the full document at link to Treasury Board Policy on Contracting. Government contracting should adhere to several core principles. Standing the test of public scrutiny. Government contracts must stand the test of public scrutiny. They need to demonstrate prudence, probity, and fairness in the spending of public funds. Transparency and accountability are paramount. Operational requirements. Ensuring the preeminence of operational requirements is essential. Contracts must align with the government's essential needs. Support for national objectives. Government contracts should support long-term industrial and regional development and other appropriate national goals, including Aboriginal economic development. Compliance with trade agreements. Government contracts must comply with international trade agreements, including the North American Free Trade Agreement, the World Trade Organization Agreement on Government Procurement, and the Agreement on Internal Trade. The selection process for procurement can vary depending on the type of procurement, such as request for quotation, RFQ, and request for proposals, RFP. In the procurement process, the awarding process typically consists of 2 stages. Pre-qualifications. The first stage involves pre-qualifying potential suppliers. This step aims to eliminate suppliers who lack the ability to provide what the project requires. Pre-qualifications help shape the statement of work, SOW, in the RFP, ensuring that it aligns with what the market can offer. Benefits of 2-stage process. While conducting a 2-stage process adds complexity to the documentation preparation, it ultimately reduces the time required for RFP bid evaluation. It streamlines the selection process. Potential no-go decision. The pre-qualification stage may also lead to a no-go decision for the RFP process if no company is deemed capable of performing the required work. This early identification of unqualified bidders can save time and resources. Pre-qualifications will eliminate numerous potential suppliers based on their absence of ability to provide what we are looking for. It will help shape the SOW in the RFP to meet what the market has to offer. Doing a 2-stage process will add length to the documentation preparation but will reduce RFP bid evaluation time. Doing pre-qualifications may also lead to a no-go for the RFP process, if no company is able to perform the work. In the context of an RFQ, where sealed bid submissions are received, the evaluation process involves several key steps. Independent reviewers. Independent teams of reviewers assess the merits of submitted bids. These reviewers are typically subject matter experts who can evaluate the technical and financial aspects of the proposals. Price analysis. Reviewers compare and analyze the proposed contract prices submitted by all qualified bidders. This process helps identify cost-effectiveness and ensures that the chosen proposal aligns with the project's budget. Compliance check. The review team verifies that the winning submission is fully compliant with the requirements set forth in the RFQ. This ensures that the selected bidder can meet all project specifications. The evaluation process for RFPs can be more complex and typically involves 3 independent review teams. Technical evaluation. This team reviews and evaluates the technical and functional aspects of the proposals. It assesses whether the proposed solution aligns with the project's technical requirements. Financial evaluation. the financial evaluation team reviews and compares the equivalence of all cost proposals. This step helps ensure that the project remains cost-effective. Final selection. A final selection committee receives the reports from both the technical and financial evaluations. This committee recommends the final selection to the project manager or project sponsor, who must authorize the final decision. Evaluating the qualifications of contractors is a critical step in the procurement and contract management process. The key objective is to determine if a potential contractor has the capability to deliver the contractual obligations. This evaluation can be done by including a pre-qualification step before sending out the RFP. Several qualification criteria may be considered during this evaluation process, including past performance, assessing the bidder's track record in terms of delivering projects on time and within budget. Quality of deliverables, evaluating the quality of past deliverables and the bidder's commitment to meeting quality standards. Reference checks, contacting references to gather information about the bidder's managerial abilities and past performance. Performance bonds and insurances, ensuring that the bidder has the necessary financial security in place to meet contractual obligations. Past work of similar nature, evaluating the bidder's experience with projects of a similar nature in terms of size, scope, and complexity. Resumes of key personnel, reviewing the qualifications and experience of key personnel who will be involved in the project. Plan inspection and safety record, ensuring that the bidder's facilities meet safety standards and have a strong safety record. These qualification criteria help ensure that the selected contractor is well equipped to successfully complete the project. Setting clear selection criteria is essential to make informed decisions, select the right bidders, and negotiate change orders effectively. Considerations for setting selection criteria include contract manager's accountability. The contract manager should be prepared to justify every element of the evaluation system. This transparency is essential to maintain trust in the procurement process. Mandatory identification. It is mandatory to clearly identify in the RFP the selection criteria and their respective weights. This transparency helps bidders understand how their proposals will be evaluated. Good practice, subcriteria. A good practice is to provide subcriteria. These subcriteria break down the evaluation process into finer details, ensuring a more comprehensive assessment. Selection Committee Agreement. The selection committee, comprising experts in relevant fields, should reach a consensus on the criteria selected and their respective weights. Collaboration is key to a fair evaluation. Protection against unqualified bidders. To protect against unqualified bidders, the selection committee should establish solid technical criteria and require a demanding minimal satisfactory score. This ensures that only the most qualified bidders move forward in the process. The selection criteria for RFPs typically have two key components: percentage attributable to price versus technical, determining the balance between price-related factors and technical factors in the evaluation. Technical evaluation. Within the technical aspect, you can establish both pass/fail criteria and scoring on a scale. Let's explore these in more detail. Pass/fail criteria are used for mandatory requirements. These criteria are objective standards that proposals must meet. If a proposal does not meet these criteria, it is disqualified from further consideration. For example, these criteria can include specific certifications or licenses that are mandatory for the project. Scoring on a scale is a more subjective way to evaluate the technical abilities of the vendors, but it provides a more accurate and nuanced evaluation. Scoring can be on a scale of 0 to 10 or based on predefined scores. For example, 1 point equals does not meet the requirement. 3 points equals partially meets the requirement. 5 points equals fully meets the requirement. This approach allows for a finer distinction between different proposals based on their technical capabilities. Let's examine an example of scoring criteria to better understand how this process works. For instance, experience. For having completed 10 previous projects, a bidder might receive 20 points. But if they've completed more than 10 projects, they could earn 30 points. Cost. If a bid falls below $1 million, it could earn 40 points, while a cost above $1 million might earn 20 points. Schedule. A project with a timeline of fewer than 10 months could receive 20 points. More than 10 months might get 10 points, and precisely 12 months might receive 5 points.